yeah. Cheers. Today we're drinking bubbly. I'm drinking a cherry bubbly.
And then I'm drinking white peach ginger, which is really good.
These are actually the two best flavors in my opinion, and the orange.
Can I try cherry?
Sure. Have you tried the orange?
I can't like clock flavors. Like I don't remember the difference between an orange Jolly Rancher and a purple one.
I don't even think there is an orange Jolly Rancher.
See?
No, the cherry's good. Cherry is hard for some people. It's like, you're probably going to say medicine, right? Because I feel like...
I also just did brush my teeth.
Oh, true. I feel like that's a big thing with cherry, anything, even like cherry Jolly Ranchers. Like people are like, medicine. Right. But I like that. Like I've always liked the flavor of like
Do you like maraschino cherries?
No. That's where I draw the line.
Interesting.
Those are like candy to me. Like those are just so fucking
And the
sweet.
texture is just like a little weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
They're like...
It's rubbery.
Yeah.
They're so processed.
Can you do the tongue thing?
No, I wish.
I wish too.
Were we in Disneyland? I don't know. One of the last times I was with Tanner, we were at Disneyland. We're at like a restaurant in downtown Disney. We were silent. We were just looking at each other, like trying to figure it out. Both doing it in our mouths. We couldn't do it.
I kind of think it's like a fluke. Like no one could really do it. Have you ever witnessed anyone do it?
No, but I'm sure people can do it. I've been walked.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Right. I've been walked through how to do it. Like you do you hold it on one side of your jaw and then like use your tongue to twist it.
So like
on top and then.
Okay. But like, how do you no way.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, no way.
We were just sitting there for a good 30 just in silence being like, fuck, shit. Like just like not getting it. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome back to Oddvice.
Happy Monday. Did you have a good weekend?
We tomorrow we're going wine tasting, so I'm sure by the time you hear this, we'll be hungover as fuck.
And I have to go back into work on Monday. I know.
You have to go into the office on Monday?
Yeah. And
you want to get fucked up?
You know, my hangovers haven't been this past couple times. Like I've been able to. No, I know. I'm setting myself up for disaster.
Wine. You're right. Your hangovers haven't been bad, but wine, Alex.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fucked.
When's the last time we drank wine?
I mean, you went wine tasting with your mom, but you drove.
I had one. I had one glass.
I don't know. Tanner's
birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, that's hard to tell though because, oh my god, I was a wreck the next day. But also we were drinking tequila by the end of the night.
Yeah, we literally had a bottle of 1942 on a bus taking us around to wineries. Like, who's to say what the problem was?
Right. Who the victim was?
Right.
I was the victim. Who the culprit was? The culprit.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, can you silence your phones?
Relax.
I'm sorry, guys. It's our first podcast. Episode 1. What else?
We saw Cautious Clay last night. Oh, should we start from the beginning? We saw JoJo on Thursday.
I'm also posting a whole vlog of back-to-back concerts.
Is it going to be one vlog?
Yeah.
Fun.
I just thought it was going to be cool to like do back-to-back concerts and kind of like show us getting ready and shit. So you'll have all the footage and all that. But we saw JoJo.
I just realized we're going to be burping heavy.
I know because we have bubblies. We saw JoJo and then we saw Cautious Clay and they were both so good.
So good. Two very underrated artists.
Very underrated. Like, why aren't they the biggest, the best of...
Why aren't you selling out Madison Square Garden every night? Like,
yeah.
They're so good. Clay was everything I expected and more. I was so happy. I literally was sitting there like I felt it in my bones. I keep saying that, but it really like it was a very physical experience. Seeing him up on stage with all of his instruments and like the band and how much like oomph they put into every song.
It was
it was amazing.
It wasn't just him singing.
No.
It was a show and
the singing was, correct me if I'm wrong, the singing was almost like an afterthought to the rest of the performance.
Completely. He didn't just go and perform the songs we've all heard. He enhanced them and made them a performance in themselves.
Yes.
Same with JoJo.
Right. Yes.
She like the way she danced, the way she like interacted with her background singer, Keisha Renee.
Oh my God.
She was so fucking good. Again, all this footage will be in my vlog. Also, Cautious Clay, when he brought out his flute and he did this like beatboxing flute thing, again, footage I have for you. It was so fucking cool. I could have watched a whole show of somebody beatboxing with a flute at that point. It was just so cool. And we kind of both came to this conclusion that like seeing back-to-back concerts of just one artist
in a smaller venue
is really so much better than a festival. Like
nothing beats it.
We've seen so many big names. It's the best of the best, like some of the coolest performances ever. But when you see them at a festival, you're not as into it. You're in a beer garden. You're eating a pizza. You're talking to friends.
Everyone's
still,
talking around
taking
you.
pictures. Right. You're kind of in the middle of several concerts where you can pick and choose. But being submerged in a room with one artist, everybody's there for the same reason and the same love and respect for who the fuck's on the stage. That energy is unbeatable. And it was just, it was so cool. It was really cool. So we saw them Thursday and Friday. Today's Saturday. So we're just chilling tonight because tomorrow, like we said, wine tasting. Also we want to say, so our last episode, we were telling you guys how like we want to tour the bicycle headquarters. And if you watched my recent vlog, you saw that they followed both of us first, right?
They followed us on Instagram.
And then they emailed us to set up a call. And we had a full call with their team and like just got to like put face to the name. And they talked about how they want to kind of break into the creator space. And they were just curious to see what we had to say. And we won't spill everything because who knows what's to come. But thank you guys for
the comments worked.
Them. Yeah, the comments actually.
No need to hit them up anymore.
Right. And they said this very nicely. Well, before I say this, they also said thank you for reaching out to them. They wanted to say hello and thank you. So from the team over at Bicycle, Chris and Andrea. Hey guys, if you're listening. But yeah, they were like, yeah, you could tell them to stop messaging now.
Just tell them that we hit you guys back.
Right.
We're like, we got you.
But they said you guys were like respectful about it, which we love. Cause like, I feel like when you tell people to spam people, it could be very like
bombarding.
Yeah. But you guys were cool about it. So thank you. And who knows what's to come. We'll keep you guys updated, but so cool. So excited. What else? Oh, today I got acupuncture for, my TMJ.
Have you noticed a difference?
Yeah.
Since?
Oh yeah. I can like open my mouth a lot more right now. Not all the way. Like it's not all the way gone, but for one session of acupuncture, I'm pretty impressed with the results. I had only ever done acupuncture one other time. This is a few years ago. And when they did it in one of my tender spots in my back that you've seen me tweak. Like I have the same tender spot since I was like 12 in my back. They put the needle on the spot and I like tensed up. I was laying on my stomach and I went, and I was like, take it out. And he had to take it out and I relaxed and I was like, all right, I'm never doing this again.
Whoa.
I did not feel relief. Like I was anxious. Like it was just not that good. It wasn't good enough to come back. And then going through all this TMJ shit this past week, I'm trying everything. I'm icing. Like at one point I literally even took a muscle relaxer. If you know me, you know that's so against what I do for my body. I do not take medicine like that, but I was so desperate for relief. I got like a facial massage. I'm trying to do stretches, like all the things. And my doctor was like, try acupuncture. And I'm like, fuck, okay, fine, I'll try. And it was amazing, you guys. And I think the reason I like it more this time is because when I got it done the first time, I was in a way different spot in my life as far as like being open to healing.
Yeah.
I was still in just like
almost like denial phase.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And she made it very clear how, and I went to a different acupuncturist. She was like, yeah, it's something like if your body's not like ready to take it, it won't work. And not even necessarily on some spiritual shit, like quite literally like your muscles, if you're not going to allow yourself to breathe through
relax, right?
It's not going to send the messages to your brain and do the things.
Where did they put them?
So to my understanding, I'm sure there's several types and methods of acupuncture, but what she laid out today was the first one I did where you go to the spot is one way to relieve something where you like, my wrist hurts. Okay, I'll put a needle there. But her practice is the kind of the opposite. There's counter kind of key points in your body that connect to the source of pain or, inflammation, whatever your problem is. So for my feet, she went to my feet for my neck.
Whoa.
She went to my leg for my gut. Like your knee affects your back. Like there's like,
so it's like if this were a tree, it's like hitting the leaf instead of the root.
Or you're hitting the root to make the leaves grow. You can look at it like quite literally.
The opposite.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly though. So I guess my body received that way better. But she put the first needle in and I just lost it. Yeah. I just like, I'm still like puffy eyed right now and it's been hours. I cried. I just let it out. And I wasn't even sad.
This is very common.
When she said that, I felt so much better.
Yeah.
Because you know me. I was like, oh my God, is there something wrong with me? Yeah, she was like, just like breathe through it, let it out. And it wasn't sad. It wasn't like something necessarily came up, but the type of crying was as if somebody died.
Whoa.
I was like, like bawling.
Sobbing. Whoa.
Yeah. And then
that's crazy.
It felt good. And then
yeah.
She finished everything. I kind of calmed down. She's like, all right, I'm going to leave you here. It was like this nice dark room with like a heated bed, like nice music. She's like, I'm going to leave you here for like 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Left a button. If anything happens, she'd come back in. And she's like, just letting you know, like the way chi works, it can come in waves. So you might start crying again. I was like,
whoa.
Okay, yeah, for sure. And I'm sitting there breathing, like a few minutes go by. And it's happening a little bit right now. Like tears just fall out. They just like fall out of my face.
So crazy.
I just started crying again.
I want to do this.
You should. It was amazing. It was so, so good. And I'm going back next week. I'm going to try and go every week for kind of all of my issues. I'm going to just see if my body likes it if I keep it up. I think it will. Based off the first experience, I liked it, but yeah, and then I came home and took a fat nap because I was just like...
Yeah, you slept for like a couple hours.
Yeah. She said expect to be acu-stoned. That's what she called it. So
it's very draining.
Felt good. Draining...
Of like the toxic, quite literally.
Yeah. Just like very recharging too. Like it felt like a reset.
Mm-hmm.
She put one on my forehead too. Or not my forehead. Like
how long are the little prongy things?
The needle is literally as thin as like a hair.
Can you feel it?
And when she put it here, I didn't feel it. When she put it on my head, I didn't feel it. When she put it in my feet, she warned me because like the feet are sensitive.
Yeah.
She's like, it's not going to be like ow, holy, like fuck.
It's like a little.
It's like, you know what? You probably wouldn't even care because you're so used to foot cramps.
Oh.
It's not as bad as a foot cramp. Any listeners who are looking to try it out, I don't want to scare you. It's not as bad as a foot cramp. But it is that type of dull pain that your muscle kind of like aches.
Got you.
But it's only for 3 to 5 seconds. You breathe through it.
Oh.
And then I felt the energy like go up my leg. It went from like my knee to the back of my hamstring to my lower back, up my back. And I was saying it out loud as it's happening. She's like, yep, that's good. That's
oh my
good.
God. This is so cool.
It was so cool. You should do it.
Yeah.
Come with me next week. But yeah, that was my experience.
Cool.
So I got that. So I'm feeling a little bit better. Definitely like, I don't know, less tense. Considering it's been a week of this though, I'm fucking done. I'm done with this little flare up. And I will get to the bottom of my TMJ because I don't want this happening again. Like this has been such a shit
I don't
week.
think, did you update Monday about what happened?
Oh no, I didn't.
Rewind a little bit.
So, well, I guess I didn't because I don't know. If you guys watch my vlog, I said the whole story time. But last Monday, I woke up.
It was Tuesday. Wait, no, it was Monday.
And I was just like normal morning. Didn't do anything different. Like felt fine. Felt like a little groggy in the morning, but like nothing crazy. And then I had a rice cake with like avocado and shit on it. And when I was done eating, I looked in the mirror to do my makeup because I had a call. And I look in the mirror and my temples are just super swollen. Like, hey Arnold is what I keep saying. Like they were just like bold
little like golf balls.
Yeah, I like what you said. It
like
was
cut a golf ball in half and like put one on each side of the temple. That's what it looked like when you came into my room.
That's what it felt.
It was like that. I don't know if you could tell, but like I was scared for a slight second.
No, for sure. And I ran to her room. I was like, Alex, like my face is swelling. She's like, you're good. Like, like what do you want to do? And I was like, do we go to the ER? And then like I kind of like did like a full body scan. I felt like the ER might have been a little too much for that, which I'm glad we didn't because trying to wait in the line there for that. Like we got helped pretty quick when we ended up going to urgent care. So I pull up to urgent care like 10 minutes later. Like we walked out of the house. I didn't even brush my teeth. Like we dipped. And we pull up to urgent care and we're in the waiting room and the swelling had already gone down like 10-15%.
I think more. I think
really?
I think a good amount.
Yes, a good amount. You're right. It was a good amount, but it was still swollen. So that's why I was still scared. And we get pulled back and the guy's like, talk to me, like what's going on? And he was like, it could be an allergic reaction. And then I was like, no, like I didn't eat anything new. I didn't use any new beauty products, no new detergents. Like there's no shot this is an allergic reaction. And something in my gut also told me like, hello, an allergic reaction would not swell back down that quick.
Right. And like just your temples, not your tongue or your throat.
Right. Nothing else in my body, like felt really nothing else. And he was like, that's interesting. Like, do you have any other symptoms? And I was like, well, my jaw feels kind of tight, but like it could just be anxiety, which like my anxiety comes out very physical. It's almost like I'm less in my head and I'm more like, oh my God, I can't feel my limbs.
Like hyper aware of your physical.
Yeah, I get really in my body. And I was like, my jaw feels tight. And he kind of like touched around for like testing TMJ and shit. Open your jaw. Do you feel a click? Da da da. And I did. I felt the click, felt the tightness. He gave me a Benadryl and prednisone just in case it was an allergic reaction. I took the Benadryl. I took a prednisone, didn't do anything. That just made me tired. So that kind of ruled it out, which I'm still glad I did. I feel like it was still a way for us to be
and I think you were super anxious that day, and for you to be able to like sleep was probably really good.
I have had so much panic this week because of this too. Like I have super intense medical anxiety and like we're about to leave the urgent care. And Alex like, you're good to go? Like I had like my prescription. I was like, yeah. And we're walking out. And I was like, wait, no, my tongue's swelling. My throat's swelling. Like I just like felt it swelling. And Alex like, let's go back in. So we go back in. And that's when they gave me the Benadryl. He's like, let me see. Like he laid me down. He's like, it doesn't look like it's closing. So in my head, I'm like, fuck, it's probably just fucking anxiety. Like this is crazy how powerful this is.
And I was going to say, it's scary how powerful anxiety could be because like it could potentially like actually bring those symptoms on.
And then your doctor's like, well shit, now I don't know what it is.
Right.
It's like you're not swelling because the allergy. You're
a couple things are interfering.
So I take the Benadryl and I just get tired and I slept. And the rest of the week my jaw got tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Come Wednesday is when I got that facial massage, and then it's slowly getting better each day. And then acupuncture today. And then I have a follow-up on Wednesday. So it's getting better, which I'm glad. You're
like learning to manage it.
Right. I told myself if it wasn't getting better by this weekend, like if it wasn't on the up, I would need to just, I don't know, go to like another dentist or something, like a specialist. But it seems like it's just a lot of my tenseness from this is making it worse too, which duh.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. I'm good though. All right, enough about that. Let me know if you have any TMJ things that helped you out at this point. I will take anything. But let's get into song of the day, what we're wearing, because we have a fun episode. What's your song of the day?
Okay, mine, the opener for Cautious last night. He is a jazz artist who is actually in Cautious Clay's band. His name is Julius Rodriguez. And so my song of the day is called Actual Proof, and it's what he closed his set with.
So cool.
Oh my God. It was so good. It was so good. His set started and I was waiting for it. I don't know if you had the same experience, but like I was waiting for him to sing. I didn't know it was going to be an all like jazz.
So I know
no vocals set.
I knew who he was.
Oh.
I know one of his songs.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
I knew because his song that got, I forgot the name of it, but the song that got Jazz Song of the Year, I'd heard that.
Oh, got you.
Because it was like pushed on one of my things.
Okay. Yeah. So go listen to it. He's really, really fucking talented. The whole band is. It was just a vibe the whole set.
It was so cool. It felt like a funky like cabaret.
Yes.
Like I feel like that's his genre, a funky cabaret.
Totally.
Like he'd be on that playlist on Spotify.
And the fact that he's doing this, he's just like a dope, really talented jazz artist, and we looked it up. He's like 23.
It's hella young, and he just signed to
a record label. Yes,
fucking.
And
sick.
he won. She mentioned it. He got number 2 jazz song of the year in 2021. Like,
incredible. Like
insane.
what a dope genre to be at, like
The top of the list.
of so young when that genre's been around.
It's
so
arguably
long.
like the start. They say like rock and roll is the start of a lot of different genres, but jazz has so much influence in so many genres.
So many. Like
Also,
every genre.
When you say the word genre, do you ever feel like you're mispronouncing it?
I say genre.
I say John. I do like J.
Genre.
Genre.
I say genre.
Genre.
Genre. Genre. Anyway, my genre is well, it's not a genre, but my song is Little Story by Kehlani. She just dropped it.
Oh.
I'm really liking the new shit she's doing. Like,
I've never been a Kehlani fan.
me either, up until a recent shit.
I like
it.
Alter.
Yeah.
And
that's like
Honey?
the newer shit. Oh my god, Honey's so good.
Honey's so good.
I feel like a lot of her older stuff was like a lot darker. So I think I've even said this before. Like, it's kind of hard for me to listen to sad music and like dark music because I'll go there.
It'll bring you to a place.
I'll go there. So it seems like her stuff now, like I feel like ever since she's had her kid, like she seems fresh and like vibrant, which is like really cool to see because I know she's had a struggle with like mental health and whatnot in her past. So it's like really cool to see that. That's
cool.
my song.
I don't think I've heard that yet. I need to listen.
Little Story. She just dropped it. What are we wearing? I'm wearing my fuzzy socks because it's cold in LA.
I'm like cold right now.
It's cold and like rainy, and by cold and rainy, it's probably like 50. So other places are probably like, that's cold.
Summer.
That's summer. And then my sweats. I've talked about this brand before. For Days, the brand that they
recyclable materials.
Yeah, they give you a shipping label when you buy something so that you could ship back any clothes, even clothes that aren't theirs, and they'll take it in and repurpose it, which is amazing.
So cool.
And then my top is White Fox, little tank top, and then my zip up is from Brandy Melville. That's that.
And your clip?
Garage.
Cute.
Love Garage.
I'm wearing my new Cautious crew neck. Of course, you guys know me. I had to get some merch. It says I was torn between the t-shirt and the crew neck, but I'm glad I got this.
I love it. It's such good quality too.
Yeah, and I already have 2 of his shirts, so I figured like I need something with color and then something a little warmer. It says Deadpan Love, which is the name of his his recent album, and then it says try being vulnerable once a day. Cute.
Heard that.
Amen. That's something that I need to do.
Be vulnerable once a day. How are we vulnerable? Oh,
I was gonna say,
I cried today.
Oh, okay. That's
at
vulnerable.
An acupuncture thing.
I didn't do jack shit today.
It's okay. Today's our Sunday.
What did I do that was vulnerable? Nothing. Literally nothing.
I was sitting here like I'm trying to think for you.
And yeah, and everyone I talked to today, like I'm super comfortable with. So like that wasn't like, well, I guess, I don't know. Nothing.
You know, maybe something in this episode will bring something
Oh,
out.
Okay.
I feel like
love that.
Every time we
Day's
record,
not over.
Right. The night is young. It's 7. And that's kind of late. I'm kind of tired.
7 p.m.
That's pretty late.
You only realizing you're tired when you see the time.
That's how I work.
Really?
It's really bad.
Oh, my body's a clock.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
If my body was the clock, I'd be up 24 hours a day.
Whoa.
I have to tell myself it is this time, start winding down, or I will be up forever.
No way.
Yeah.
So my body, I could go the full day without looking at the clock because I wake up at the same time every day, and then my brain naturally winds down around, I would say like 8 p.m. And then I like to be sitting down playing cards by 9 and then in bed by 10, or in bed by 9 if we're not gonna like have a night playing cards.
That's crazy. Like, I don't, maybe because I feel like you like your days are more structured. Mm-hmm. Like you're able to turn off your shit at 5:30.
Yeah.
And then then you know what 3 hours is after that type thing.
Right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Like if I didn't live with you and Leanna and have our night routine like we do,
you'd be up.
When I lived alone, I was up 4, 5, 6 every day.
Okay, sorry, our camera died. But I was saying my socks are from Slowdown Studios. It's like a website with a whole bunch of different collection of artists. Really cool stuff like puzzles, socks. It's not sponsored, but go check them out. They have hella cool shit.
Okay, before we get into the episode, we're going to take a quick break for our sponsor. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. You guys have heard us talk about them before. BetterHelp is online therapy available worldwide, and they also offer financial aid, which is amazing.
What's great is they offer a broad range of expertise that might not be available in your local area. And if you're not vibing with your therapist, then they make it free and easy to change.
You could start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours, and you can message them at any time of the day, and they'll get back in a timely manner. So if you guys want to check them out, we have a code for you. Just visit betterhelp.com/Oddvice. That's better, HELP, and join over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional.
Again, special offer for Oddvice listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Oddvice. Thanks, BetterHelp. Okay, so as you can probably tell by this title for this episode, we're going to be telling people whether or not they're assholes.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. No, I found this Reddit thread or whatever you do on Reddit. We don't really know.
Is it forum? Thread?
Reddit.
There's a
word.
word.
I don't know. / That's what I know. I think. I don't know. It's this portion of Reddit where... What is it?
I don't know. Keep going and I'll look it up.
I don't know. So I almost said during the spooky time.
During the spooky season.
So back in October, we did this episode called Reddit After Dark. And we read scary stories from Reddit. So this episode is kind of a play on that, but not spooky season-esque. It's a part of Reddit where people send in stories asking whether or not what they did makes them an asshole. So we're going to kind of read it. Sorry, go ahead.
Subreddit.
This
subreddit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, this is it.
What are pages on Reddit called? Subreddit.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
So it's a subreddit where people send in blah, 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 what I just said. And
just reverse it, listen to it again.
We each favorited it a good amount, and we're going to read through them and let you guys know whether or not we think what they did was justified or makes them an a-hole.
I feel like this is a perfect episode for us because it's kind of like our Patreon episodes, giving people advice, but
right. And it's cool because it's something that they already did and we get to judge them. Fun.
Right. Fun. It's just a little who knows? Honestly though, some of mine are deeper than funny though.
I have a couple that are I wouldn't even say fucked up. They're kind of just wow, that happened.
Yeah, I noticed when we were looking for them, we don't know each other's entries at all, but we were saying out loud we couldn't find any where they were the asshole. There's only a few.
I have one or two.
I think I have one or two also, but all the other ones they were hard to find.
Right.
And you were saying you think it's just they're just writing in to validate themselves.
Yes.
All
of it is just what they did. So in my head, when I was reading through a lot of them, none of them were oh yeah, you're clearly the asshole. But a lot of them, I was I wouldn't have done it like that, which we can get into.
Right.
So it kind of makes them they know they did something a little iffy, and they're just trying to get other people's opinions to I don't know, ease the guilt.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel there's a lot of subreddits that are like this, where it's confessions or it's getting shit off your chest. If you guys have any other favorites or any other cool subreddits you guys would if you even end up liking this episode, I don't know. I remember the Reddit After Dark though. People actually really liked
that.
So
this could be a fun series that we do.
Yeah, we wanted something lighthearted this week, and we figured this is, let's just talk about other people's problems, not ours. So let's get into it. I'm excited. I only skimmed really the ones that I chose because I kind of wanted to be shocked while I read it too.
Me too.
I had never heard of this though until you told me it.
Yeah, and okay, so you she went through actual Reddit, right? Mm-hmm. You went on the app Reddit. I went on Instagram. The app.
You guys heard of it?
Sold. The thing on your phone,
right?
There's a couple Instagram accounts. This one is called the one that, or I got them from two. I'll reference it when I read them, but there's a couple Reddit accounts that post these, so that's where I got my sources.
So you got the good ones.
No, because I think they're
Just random.
Random.
I thought they were like the like high rated ones.
What do you mean?
So you upvote and like downvote on Reddit?
No, so these are just like posts on Instagram. So like an account, like the account.
But I'm saying they're probably polling the like really
the
upvoted ones.
Got
I just
you.
went through and I just like found random ones.
Oh, got
That's
you.
interesting.
Got you.
You'll have like
see.
the clickbaity ones, and I'll have like probably the boring ones. Okay, can I go first?
Yeah, I'll go first because I think I probably like screenshotted a few more than you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start. That's never happened to me.
Sharding?
I mean that too, but like
That's crazy.
But I've never made that verbal mistake. I'm a little embarrassed.
You're embarrassed? Do you want me to cut it out? I'm not going to. Ow, I can't smile.
Oh my god. So I type the word shift a lot at work.
Why?
And I don't know.
I'm just imagining a document that you have that's like shift. Get it together.
And one time I accidentally typed out shit.
Did you send
in like
it?
in like my work group chat. And I was like, oops, sorry guys.
Uh-oh.
Whatever.
Also, I'm already horizontal, so you know it's gonna be a good
I was
episode.
making the thumbnail last week and I was like, Kristen, you know this shit gets crazy when you're horizontal.
It's only every couple episodes where I'm laying down on the bed.
And I have to find a screenshot of you and like there's one. Maybe try and go and find it because this is funny.
Okay.
There's one where I had to rotate you up.
Everybody go try and find it. Let us know if you find it.
Yeah. Okay, this is my first Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
Am I the asshole for getting rid of my son's dog? My son, 15, had his dog for 6 years and I understand he loved him, but I didn't know what else to do. I just got married and my husband's daughter is allergic. It was pretty bad and she had to put up with it for a couple of weeks before I gave the dog to my aunt who lives too far away for regular visits or something like that. My son cried and took his anger out on me and his new stepsister. I expected him to be upset, but he's acting like I gave away an actual human being. Now he's being rude and petty to her and acting like I'm favoring her. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
100%.
A child would feel like you're favoriting another child because
That
of
kid will never that kid is going to resent his stepsister for the rest of his life.
Forever. If that's a problem, then how about the dog only stays outside or the dog only stays on this side of the house?
Don't just get rid of the dog. And like for the mom to like clearly know how much the dog meant to her son.
Yeah. I don't like that. You
It's
are the
awful.
asshole.
Like big asshole.
There's so many other things you could have compromised, in my opinion,
Totally.
before just doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to read some of people's responses?
I was going to say, what were people saying? Like,
okay, so this one's actually, I got this one from Reddit AITA on Instagram, and this one's actually labeled asshole.
oh, hell yeah. Okay, good.
So I'm going to read a couple of the responses that were upvoted. You're the asshole. Why was this not considered earlier prior to them moving in? How did you think your son was going to handle this major life event back to back? And what's worse is one of them resulted in him losing a source of comfort and companionship. Can his stepsister not take medication? Does she not interact with your family at all prior to the marriage? How did she cope with it then? I would be hurt and angry as well if I was your son. It sounds like you made a decision not because it was what you had to do, but because it was the most convenient option for you with no regard to your son's feelings.
Big resentment.
Hit the nail on the head. Like that's fucked up.
That's absolutely fucked up. Okay, my first one. Am I the asshole for forcing my husband to wake up and watch the kids on his day off? Hi. First, I'm going to mention that I'm normally the one who stays with the kids all the time due to being a stay-at-home mom. What's DH? Did we figure that out?
I think it's husband.
Okay. My husband works full times. I'm just going to start over. Completely.
Whole thing? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to go for it.
Am I the asshole? Wait. Okay. Okay, this is my first one. Am I the asshole for forcing my husband to wake up and watch the kids on his day off? Hi. First, I'm going to mention that I'm normally the one who stays with the kids all the time due to being a stay-at-home mom. My husband works full-time. He's a police officer, has been for 5 years now, and covers night shifts. His days off are unpredictable, but I told him I needed to make an appointment with the salon to cut my hair before my sister's wedding and had only 1 week. I told him to let me know when he'll be available to stay with the kids, but he said he doesn't know since he was swapping shifts randomly throughout the week. Yesterday, he came home from a night shift at 11 a.m. and went straight to bed. I had already booked with a salon. I went to get ready. What? I can't talk. I already booked with the salon. I went to get ready, then woke him up to tell him that I needed to wake up to watch the kids while I went to the salon. He refused. I kept waking up while he kept telling me to go away. I pulled the sheets and he yelled at me to stop. I told him I was late for my appointment and he said that this wasn't on him and that he wasn't going to use his day off to stay awake and watch the kids. We had a fight and he ended up calling me inconsiderate and selfish because I had a good night's sleep while he didn't, then expected him to watch the kids on his day off. I told him those are his kids too and he needed to step up since I do this all the time. I walked out while he kept yelling at me to come back. I returned hours later and he was right there waiting with an angry look on his face. He started arguing with me about how tired and sleep deprived he was and how selfish and awful I was to leave and force him to wake up and watch the kids on his day off over a stupid haircut. I told him it's not that big of a deal and he was being negative for no reason when he should be encouraging. I told him it was not that big of a deal and he was being negative for no reason and he should be encouraging me to take care of myself. He said that I caught him off guard and ruined his day off completely. Now he can't even walk without feeling dizzy and exhausted because I took away his rest time and acted selfishly.
Oh my God, he's so dramatic.
He's been pouting since then. Am I the asshole for leaving him with the kids on his day off? Because I just got, oh, sorry, these are like edits that she ended up doing. Oh, okay, here's an edit. Yes, he was 100% aware that I had limited time to pay the salon a visit, and he even said he'd tell me when he'd be available, but he never did. Yes, he did call my new haircut stupid, and now I feel horrible about it. I was gone for 4 hours, and he had the rest of the day to get some sleep, but decided to stay awake and pick arguments with me. You are not the asshole.
No, he's a dick.
He's a dick. I get that's a very, tolling job, and that's a crazy shift to have. Like, I could not imagine having that. But she clearly communicated. She knows how his job is, as she just told us. And he never gave her a date. And then, and they're your fucking kids.
I was going to say, you are an adult. You had kids. It's part of the job.
It's crazy how easily men just assume the woman is going to take up everything.
I was going to say,
it's disgusting.
There's this terrible notion that stay-at-home moms, it's all they do and it's all they're good for. And the second she needs to go and do something for herself, it's like, whoa.
This isn't how it is.
This is your job. No.
Fuck.
That's so fucked up.
That sounds like, I don't know. And
no, she needs to leave his ass.
Yes. And making her feel guilty and shit for that.
And then saying her haircut's bad.
You're a kid just trying to jab.
Right. That sounds very immature.
Yeah. Where he kept pouting when he could have kept sleeping. You're just now picking a fight to make sure you're the winner.
Yes.
He's a child.
Ugh.
Fuck that guy.
He should not be a cop.
No.
Think about that.
He's a big baby.
Probably a terrible power complex.
Oh God. Ugh.
Oh God. Ew, that gives me the ick.
Asshole. You're not the asshole.
Okay, this is a good one. Am I the asshole for announcing my pregnancy first? I, 26-year-old female, am married to my husband and who's a 26-year-old male and have an older sister, 27-year-old female, who I'll call Kay. For some background, Kay was the golden child, but my parents rapidly changed their tune when she failed uni and started a party lifestyle for a bit. No longer the case. Suddenly, I was the favorite because I finished school and had a moderately successful life. I think it's BS that my parents had favorites, and I largely keep my distance, but it's something that has troubled Kay a lot. So, my husband and I recently got pregnant. Surprise. And though I keep a healthy distance from my parents, we still talk. Boundaries are really important to have with them because they will trample over your entire life in privacy. COVID restrictions are a thing, and I'm not big on big parties anyway, so I decided to tell my family about the latest news during a monthly family Zoom call, VC, I don't know, call last Friday. I was excited to share the news, but I also didn't beat around the bush. Once everyone had done the preliminary catching up, I had said my husband and I had some news, and then said I was pregnant. My parents, sisters, and grandmother lost it, screaming and laughing and crying in joy. This is the first grandchild, great-grandchild / niece or nephew, so they understandably had pretty dramatic reactions. Everyone was excited except for Kay, who stayed completely silent the entire time. Once things calmed down a bit, I asked if Kay was still there, and she said yes, but she had to go and deal with something. I thought it was odd, but didn't give it much further thought. Later, I got a text from Kay saying that she was going to make a pregnancy announcement then too, but that I had ruined it. I should have asked her specifically before making the announcement because she, as firstborn, should have been the one to have the first grandchild, that my child would get all the attention and love and hers would be second rate. I sent her a text saying that I had no clue she was pregnant and congratulating her, and that I was sorry she didn't get to make the announcement when she wanted to. I then, possibly quite stupidly, asked when her due date was. Kay said, "Don't worry, you're first," and has not answered anything since.
Oh,
so,
God.
Reddit, am I the asshole?
No.
No
I
way.
think there's this awful complex between you guys.
It seems like Kay has some mad jealousy.
Resentment.
And
she's like the older one, so she's probably like, fuck, like, you're the baby. You always get all the attention. And like, you know, I'm sure hormones are involved too, something to consider. But yeah, to like be so upset for this long, they said that they're still not talking to, like.
And if I found out my sister was pregnant at the same time I was,
I'd be so happy.
and like she made the announcement, I would be like, oh my God, wait, me too. And then like the whole family could have been in on the excitement.
And it would have been one announcement together.
Right.
Not one after another. Like
who's going to fight for the like first grandchild?
And now saying like, my kid's going to always be second. No, it's not.
You're setting your kid up for failure.
You're already poisoning your kid with that narrative and bringing it into this world.
As second best.
Ugh, that sucks.
That's so sad.
And you're pregnant while you're saying these words to your sister. Like, your baby's in you. It could fucking hear you. Like,
yep. So no, she's not the asshole.
Not the asshole at all. I'd love to know like how the family feels about that. That's really sad. I really hope she, during her pregnancy, like talked about it with people, because like when you're miserable in your pregnancy, it affects the kid so much. So it's like, that's where my head went. That's so sad. Oh my God. Okay, this is my next one. Am I the asshole for denying my terminally ill ex-husband extended time with our daughter? My ex and I got a divorce 3 years ago. He was a good father to our daughter, 11 years old. But 3 years ago, when my daughter was 8, he abruptly left with his affair partner, moving to an entirely new country and eventually having a baby with her. It was hard for my daughter. He didn't really fight for custody, and the rights he did have, like visitation, he didn't really exercise. He went from being arguably her primary parent to short phone calls once a month at best. He disclosed to me yesterday that a condition he's had for most of his life has become terminal. I was obviously devastated on his behalf. He wants our daughter to come to his country for a month to stay with him and his wife. I am immensely sympathetic towards his situation. I truly am. But my daughter has spent the last 3 years adjusting to not having her father in her life in a meaningful way. I also remarried recently, so that's been a huge adjustment. She's developing a relationship with her new stepdad and new family members on his side. I'm also 32 weeks pregnant. Important later. Her dad has been too busy to visit since the divorce, and he's made a few loose suggestions of taking her on one-on-one trips, which I strongly encourage, but they've all died in the water because he's just too busy right now. If I had asked my daughter before this if she wanted to visit her dad, she said she did, but she didn't want to interact with his new family. But obviously, that's not really an option here. Of course, I said this is the last time you'll be able to see your dad. She'd jump on the plane. I suggested closer to a week, and my ex balked. What's that mean? I don't know. and said a week was practically nothing and cruel on my part. And brought up how much he'd done for her in the first 8 years of her life and saying he deserved a longer goodbye. But I'm not sure I can send my daughter to a strange country to spend a month with a father who bailed on her and a bunch of strangers. Even a week seems like a huge leap. He invited me to come, but I reminded him I'm 32 weeks pregnant and I cannot travel. We don't have any other family to act as a more neutral chaperone. He can't come here because his medical care in his current location, and of course his current wife and child are there, and I'm sure he doesn't want to miss a minute with them either. But he can't just squeeze in our daughter where he can after not bothering to see her for 3 years. And as I mentioned, this is a long-standing medical condition that he knew would shorten his life and was something of a ticking time bomb. So while I can understand having a change of heart, he knew this day was coming and still chose to deprioritize his relationship with our daughter. Am I the asshole?
I don't know if I missed it, but did she give her daughter the option?
Yeah, she told her what's up.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, or
I remember you saying that she told, like, she's asked her if she wanted to go in the past.
She said, oh, whoops, wrong entry. If I'd asked my daughter before this if she wanted to visit with her dad, she'd say she did, but she didn't want to interact with her new family. That sounds like a hypothetical. I don't really understand that sentence.
If she'd asked her in the past, like when she did ever ask her in the past if she wanted to go visit. It sounds like mom has not told the daughter what's up.
Yeah, because she said she'd say she did, but she didn't want to interact with his new family. How do you know that?
I think mom might be the asshole.
Damn, like
you have to tell your daughter.
You have to
at least
lay
see
everything out there.
Yep, at least see what she wanted to do. It's fine to have your own opinion about that. And like I even can like see maybe her side of it where she's like, now you want her to come visit,
for
whatever,
sure.
But like you gotta lay it all out there.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't read this full one, so that was my first time getting to the end of that too. When I first skimmed that, I thought it said that she did tell her daughter, not that it was this hypothetical situation. So
that
I think you are an asshole.
Yeah.
That's just not right. And it's a whole other topic. Like people who have change of heart when they're coming close to death, which is very natural to have, and to think, everything's bottlenecking and whatnot. Still being sensitive to that and letting them rest easy, I feel in my heart is like,
that's the best like karmic solution.
Not even necessarily. I mean, yes, it is, but like, it's just, what else are you supposed to do when you die? Just let the person go with as much peace as they can. And if that's just letting your daughter go and maybe she's going to be a little uncomfortable for a week with his family, like it's going to be a growing experience for her. It's not about his family, his new family. It's
closure for her.
And her dad, her biological father.
God forbid he passes away and then later down the line she finds out that he wanted her to come visit in his last years. No, fuck that.
I'd be like, fuck you, mom.
Yep.
Like
that would ruin my relationship with my mother forever.
Completely. So manipulative.
That's so fucked.
That sucks.
Damn. She the asshole.
Yeah, I think mom just still feels a lot of resentment towards the fact of him like leaving and like having this new family and whatnot, which I get, but like you got to work through that, mom.
Yeah. Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one. Am I the asshole for not calling my dad and stepmother when it looked like my sister might not make it after delivery?
Whoa.
My sister, 30-year-old female, recently had a baby. Early in her pregnancy, she learned of complications and it terrified her. Not least of all because our mom died shortly after giving birth to me, and it has always seemed like the labor was at least partly to blame. When she started to deteriorate, she talked to me and her husband and said she didn't want our stepmother there when she gave birth or while she was recovering, and asked I not tell them when she went into labor. Her reason was she didn't want to be reminded of what could happen if she died. That her son's stepmother could be like ours was.
Wow.
Someone who was so insecure and paranoid about the fact we didn't want to stop talking or hearing about her that she emotionally tried to suffocate us and beg for the role as mom from us. It was a real minefield growing up, and she was worse with me because I was so young when she entered my life. I was 3, and she really wanted to be my mom. but the way she reacted to stuff is why I never saw her in that light. Like the time my sister and I were singing happy birthday to our mom up in heaven, because as kids we believed that, and we both don't now. And she started crying about how it was so mean to do that to her and all this stuff.
Oh, she's kooky.
Crazy. Our dad never cared. He saw it as her wanting to be there and love us, and none of this was bad. I was 5 during that incident. When I was 10, she broke down sobbing because I wanted to spend the summer with my maternal grandparents. So even though we both know her husband would never let her be forgotten, she was still terrified. I'm assuming the sister.
Right.
And so I did what she asked, and her labor did almost kill her. It was very touch and go for a bit, but she pulled through, and then I called our father. The fallout of it has been huge, and I'm being blamed. My dad told me I should have defied her wishes so they could have said goodbye to their daughter if anything had happened. And even with my sister saying it was her wishes, he called me an asshole and told me I had hurt my mother.
Oh, that's fucking rude.
I told him my mother wasn't alive to be hurt, which started another fight. But even some extended family have been saying I should have discarded my sister's wishes. So I've got to ask, am I the asshole?
No. Nope. I have had this conversation with you. Death wishes.
That's true.
You have to respect people's death wishes.
That's
if I
true.
died right now and I have this wish, you have to fucking respect it.
That's true.
That's how I get it. That was probably really scary to hear as dad, being like, whoa. Like I could have just missed that.
Yeah.
I get people probably can think that's selfish.
And I guess this is like kind of on the same note as your prompt. Like
Right.
Dad wanted to see daughter. It's death wish.
And you grant that.
Yeah.
I believe in granting that. Like,
you're right. I had a different opinion about this, but you're right. It's death wish. Like,
yeah.
you got to honor that.
Yeah. And it's, there's things in the past that made the pregnant sister not want to preface this labor and let them know what can happen.
And you know what?
Because she didn't feel comfortable with them.
Right. And if that's like already a stressor in her life, for her to know that going through childbirth could potentially kill her, and then to add on top of it someone so toxic in your life who's going to potentially set off triggers and
stress out your body
during a time when you already want to be as like so in tune with not stressing your body out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that one is hard. I could see why it's selfish, because like there's people that care about you. Why wouldn't you tell us? But like, then
there's a lot more at stake.
Yeah. Then, hey, Dad, maybe have this talk with your other daughter, the daughter that kept the secret. She, don't shoot the messenger. Like,
right.
She was just respecting her best friend, her sister. Like,
right.
It's a sticky place to be in. The person who wrote this in, it's definitely a sticky place to be in. But you're not the asshole in my opinion.
No, not the asshole. But evil stepmother.
Ugh.
It was crazy.
That sounds like something out of a movie. Like, my heart goes out to people in situations with step parents like that. I am so blessed with my stepdad.
Yeah.
We had our shit growing up, but like there was never ever a time where he tried to be like, I'm dad.
Mm.
You listen. Like, sure, we respected him because like I was just taught you respect every adult.
Right.
But it was never like, listen to me, I'm your father type thing. Like it still always went back to my mom, because my mom is our mom. Like,
right.
That's my parent.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up. Okay. My next one. This one's a little more lighthearted. We'll go a little lighthearted.
Cool.
Am I the asshole for emailing my friend about a fake job opportunity? My friend and I have always enjoyed playing little pranks on each other. A few weeks ago, we were talking about dream jobs, and she said she'd always wanted to work for the EU. She's a smart girl and speaks 5 languages. So when I asked her why, she said, because I believe in human rights and stuff. Naturally, I laughed. She saw the funny side and laughed too. Weeks passed, and one bored Sunday, I created a fake LinkedIn profile. I searched businessman on Google and used the first image which appeared and chose a very generic name. I then found my friend on LinkedIn and sent her a message, a general idea of the content. Dear blank, I saw your profile and I'm really impressed by your experience. Here at the EU, we really believe in human rights and stuff, so we're looking for people who fit these values. We're ideally looking for someone who can speak at least 5 languages, including insert my friend's languages she could speak. We'd love to hear from you to discuss a possible internship and all that. Kind regards, Dave from the EU. After a few days later, I saw my friend and she was delighted to tell me that she was delighted to tell me and some of our other friends the good news. I couldn't stop the corners of my mouth from grinning, and in the end, I burst out laughing. I thought it was so obviously a joke, but she was really annoyed and said that I crossed a line by making a joke of an opportunity that she really wanted. Am I the asshole? We're all good now, but she keeps bringing it up, and I'd love to settle this once and for all.
That was an asshole move.
I think it wasn't like you're not like a monster, but like, why did you do that?
Yeah, like you put work in. You made a LinkedIn account. You know how much work it is to make a LinkedIn account?
There's so many steps. All your credibility, all your skills, your endorsements. That's so much fucking work.
That's fucked up. Okay. I almost switched sides when she said she added in the little jokey part.
Me too.
Parts, but like maybe know your friend better, whether or not they're going to get the joke.
Yeah, like maybe she didn't even remember saying that initial sentence to you.
Right, like maybe make it a little more apparent. I wouldn't have done that.
I would have never done that to you. I would have never done that to you. That's so taunting. Fucked up. Like, hee hee, just kidding.
Almost like you're never gonna get it, so here.
Right.
That's fucked.
No, I'd be pissed. And she said, like, we're good now. Like, I would be good now, but I would always be like, remember when you fucking did that?
Oh my god. What?
Have
I done something
no,
like that?
No. But I'm about to put them on blast.
What?
Brie and Leanna made a fake MySpace. I used to like pose funny, take pictures.
You like goofy kid pics.
Right. Like I always put like my finger in my nose or stick my tongue out, like just like silly pictures. And they used a picture of me of my finger in my nose and it said something like I was like half monkey, half bear, and like I stink and like I pick my butt. Like
oh my god.
No, it was awful. Yeah, it was really shitty.
Whoa.
But we're good now.
No, literally. Am I the asshole for telling my new coworker it was misleading of him to be wearing his wedding band when he's a widower?
That's fucked up.
Hi, a couple weeks ago we had a new employee. Your response was so funny. Hi, a couple weeks ago, we had a new employee hired at the company. He's a good guy and a widower named James. That sentence is like, right, introduce someone.
Yeah.
He's a good guy and a widower. Named James. He's 36. And to my knowledge, his late wife passed away 8 months ago. Oh, wow. Me, a female, 32 years old, and the other coworkers got along well with him. However, I noticed that he is still wearing his wedding band on his finger. It kind of confused me a bit, and I couldn't help but bring it up to him while we were on lunch break. We talked, and I pointed out that he was being misleading by still wearing his wedding band when he's a widower. He looked quite bothered by what I had said, but I tried to explain that I think that he was giving people the wrong idea or impression about his relationship status since he's technically single and on his own right now. Don't want to sound cruel, but I'm speaking from technical angle. James said that he didn't give it much thought, meaning he doesn't care what people think, and that even if he wasn't wearing his wedding band and some woman approached him, he'd still turn them down since he's obviously not interested. For some reason, things got awkward, and things got awkward, and everyone stopped eating and just stared at James and me. I told him I don't know.
Anyway,
I told him I don't know, but that really, really felt generally misleading of him, as in making people think he is in a relationship when he's not, regardless of how he felt about being in a relationship. He got upset, called me rude, and said that I repeatedly disrespected his marriage and his late wife's memory with what I said, then took his stuff and walked away. My coworker said regardless of who is right or wrong, though some say he overreacted, there was no reason for me to bring this up in the first place and cause a scene and make James upset with us like that. Now he's not speaking to me and others who sided with me. Am I the asshole? Did I overstep or did he overreact?
You are the asshole.
Heavy. Oh, and then she goes to add, this was just a conversation we were casually having with the other coworkers, and I didn't use any insensitive tones or anything, but we had a discussion and it suddenly turned into an argument. I tried to let things I tried to let things calm down, but the situation got out of my hand unexpectedly. No, you're a fucking dick. That's so inappropriate.
Read the room. Like, even I wouldn't even let a conversation touch relationships at all, knowing that somebody is going
just
8 months.
That's
not
nothing.
Long. I just lost somebody. I'm not even going to start talking about that shit.
No.
Like, I'm going to let them ease into it.
Why are you still wearing your wedding band? That's misleading. This sounds like the kind of person, she sounds like the kind of person who's like, we're just having a conversation.
Yeah, like we can't just talk. Like,
fuck you. Fuck off. That's so fucked up.
That's like, I don't know. That's just like like I keep saying, read the room. That's one of those like social cues where I'm like, something's just not clicking.
Right. This is kind of like, if you think this is okay, this is almost like a moral thing.
Exactly.
This isn't like the last one where like, what you did was kind of fucked up, but we're over it. No, this is kind of like this. I would judge your character.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fucked.
Like they were right to be upset and whatnot. Did people rule them an asshole, or were people on the other guy's side?
No, the post doesn't. Oh,
I didn't say.
The post wasn't labeled, but there are responses, and everyone's saying, "Yeah, you're the asshole."
Yeah. Ugh.
Everyone's going in on her.
Yeah, I feel like some of them, like the responses I saw, I'm like, damn, if you write into this, you got to be ready to be just torn
apart,
left and right. Every perspective will be thrown at you, so just get ready.
Be ready.
Honestly, props to anybody who's just even written into this AITA, because I would never.
No,
I would never.
No way.
Okay, this is my next one. Am I the asshole for laughing in my husband's face? So I, a female, 32 years, have been married to my husband, a male, 34 years, for 6 years. Before we got married, he had me sign a prenup stating that our financials would always be separate and the only thing we would share as an expense account to pay for household related fees. The reason for this was because he was making pretty good money and I was in graduate school, so my financial situation was pretty bad, but I signed nonetheless because I understood he wanted to protect himself. Anyway, fast forward to now. I've been out of school for 4 years and I make more than 3 times as much as he does. I never asked how much he makes and he's never asked me either. Anyway, 2 weeks ago, I told him that I was thinking about buying a new car as I had one and it was really old and I've had it since my undergrad days. He wasn't really interested and just told me to get whatever I liked. So a week ago, I decided to make a plunge and get an Audi.
Holler.
Right. I was pretty excited as I had always wanted one. At the time, my husband was on a business trip, but he got back yesterday and I showed him my car. He was really happy for me. However, later he asked me what my monthly payments were as the Audi was pretty new. At this point, I told him that I had made the purchase in cash and that I had no monthly payments. Hey, my girl.
Fucking boss.
Hell yeah. He was taken back and asked with what money, and I answered that I made more than enough money to be able to afford it. He didn't talk after that, and I thought that was that, ... However, after a few hours, he came back to me and he told me he thinks we should void the prenup. This is where I might be the asshole, but I laughed in his face and I asked him, why would I agree to do that? And his answer was that we're married and we should share our financials. So I told him that we've been married for 6 years and yet we've never shared financials, and I was fine with what we're doing, and his sudden change of heart was very suspicious. He called me a bunch of names and stormed out and didn't come home. And I guess he told his family about our fight and they called to berate me and say how he supported me while I was in school, which he didn't. And now I'm wondering if I was the asshole. Edit. I knew his salary when we got together. However, he's since gotten promoted. And at first when I used to ask, he would make comments that it was rude for me to ask how much he made. So I stopped. He never really was interested in my career or job, and we don't bring our work home. The reason I make 3 times what he makes, I made the assumption from what I knew his salary had been, is because I work as a CRNA and he works as a software engineer. Edit number 2. I didn't expect so many comments. Thanks for everyone for sharing your opinions. I'll actually read it. This post has really made me question everything in my life. I think I'm going to take a leave of absence from my work and sort out my life.
Whoa.
My husband was was only my second relationship, and I guess I was too caught up in school, work, and debt to really see what my marriage was a sham. And am not blameless, which is hard. Blameless? Yeah, which is hard to swallow. So I'm going to have a conversation with my husband to see where we go from here.
Damn.
Last edit. Since it's been a point of contention, I'm going to clear up a few things. I make $175 an hour and work between 40 to 48 hours a week. From what I know, he made about $90K when we got together, and I'm sure higher now, but he works less hours. We live in a state that is not expensive, so my monthly contribution is about $1,000 to $1,200 a month. He had some property in NE, so he wanted to protect that, and I had debt from school. He did too, but mine was bigger. I don't think she's the asshole. I think it's so obvious, considering that night he was like, we should talk about the prenup.
Right
after you heard that I just bought shit in cash. Like, now you want a part of this cheddar?
What happened was she bruised his masculinity and his ego, and he took it out on her.
Exactly.
Like, hold on, you're taking this role as now the bread maker? No.
Yeah. No, I don't fuck with that. That's been something for me, like, in every relationship. I don't talk about money.
No.
Like that. I don't talk about how much I make. I barely even talk about that with you guys.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's polite to do that. I think like a society, if you, how do I say this? Like, if you discuss what you make to people, it creates competition, it creates jealousy, it creates resentment, whether you know it or not, whether you intend it to or not. Just like, it can make people feel obviously inferior.
Yep.
And that's just like an unnecessary thing. Like, it doesn't matter how much I make. It doesn't matter how I spend my money. This is why we have a prenup, because it's still my shit.
Right.
I
and
don't
if
know.
that was his mindset in the beginning, you now know that since he wanted to renegotiate the prenup, his intention wasn't to like
save him.
No.
It was just because he was like, you're broke and you might take my shit.
Yeah.
Now he wants a cut of yours just in case you get a divorce. I'd love to know like what ended up happening with their marriage.
I'm glad they have a prenup though. I hope she didn't.
I hope not either. This is one of those things where I feel like writing in was good for her. It gave her these perspectives where that people were like, girl, you got to run.
Yes.
Like, run for the hills.
I would love to know what's up with her now.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember when I learned what a prenup was, it was literally from Kanye West Gold Digger. I was like, what's prenup? And I remember like Googling it in like middle school, and I didn't know what it was. And when I first learned what it was, I was like, what the fuck? Why do people, like, I was young. I was like, why do people sign this? Like, it's your love of your life. Why would you ever plan to not be with them? What? Now that I'm an adult, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to have a prenup.
Yep.
Because if I win the lottery, your ass is going to try and get half of it and divorce me. Literally Gold Digger. Literally the lyrics of Gold Digger.
Oh
I don't know. I get prenups now, though.
Oh, totally.
I wonder if my parents have one. I bet you they don't. Do your parents have one?
I don't think so. No.
Huh. Okay.
No, they don't.
Never mind. Damn.
No.
But I mean, they've, like, honestly, I get that, though, because they've been together since, like, forever.
Literally
High school.
the Stone Age. Yeah. They've been together since high school. And my mom has always said they weren't going to get married.
Oh.
My parents only got married because my mom was like, she was like, I know we're going to be together forever, and I know it's just going to be weird introducing him as my boyfriend when we're in our 50s and 60s.
I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah. And she, if anything were to happen to her, she wanted to make sure that I went to my dad and not like her parents or
right.
Yeah. And marriage is kind of the only thing that guarantees that.
Yes. That's interesting.
So yeah. Should we get married and have a marriage episode?
A prenup episode? Writing our prenups.
We want prenup. Yeah. Okay. Am I the asshole telling the truth in the wedding toast? I'm a 30-year-old male and my best friend got married last week. I just bought a house and my wife is expecting our son in November. So I let him know I was limited in what I could contribute financially, but did tell him I would try my best. So I went to the bachelor party in Maine. I rented the tux and paid for mine and my wife's dinner at the rehearsal dinner. I also had a gift of $300 that I was going to give them,
Damn.
but we will get to why I didn't give it to them. His now wife, then fiance, texted me multiple times a day with updates. Fine. I didn't always respond, and it got to the point where if I didn't respond at least once a day, I'd get a call from my buddy. I have a full-time job and I'm redoing some rooms in my house, so I'm busy. She texted me for the following reasons. 1, my wife was not allowed to talk about our pregnancy at all. She didn't want anyone to focus on that more than her, the bride.
Oh, God.
2, she was not going to order special food for my wife. In parentheses, no one asked her to. My wife was fine with whatever she was going to be served. 3, I was not helping the groom enough. He had to help her with favors, seating charts and programs, so I had to help him with those things, according to her.
Oh,
She also said to get ready to help with thank you notes after the wedding. 4, she said if I was a true best man, I would offer to pay for the bar bill. I don't even know what that means. 5, she had to read and approve my speech before the rehearsal dinner and wanted to be included as much as my buddy.
Do people do that? Like, is that a thing? To rehearse a speech?
Yes.
To myself, yeah, like in my own mirror, but I don't want people to hear it before I.
Right. No, but I think really uptight people are probably like, I want to make sure what you say is going to be captivating and good.
Sorry to interrupt, but
No,
like
you're good.
anybody out there, is that how weddings are? Like, is that a thing? Do people actually like control it that much? Because that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, bridezellas are a thing.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Jesus Christ. She told me to make things up if I had to. I was also not allowed to include anyone but the two of them, and no inside jokes or stories about my buddy that didn't include her. 6, her last text said to tell my wife to keep it together and not make a pregnancy scene during the wedding.
What does that even mean? Like, I don't have the baby at my wedding. Don't go into labor.
Also, she wanted her to choose a dress that downplayed her pregnancy as much as possible.
What the fuck?
This is so fucked. I was just so aggravated. I spoke to my friend to see if he could reason with her. He told me to just play ball on this one. It's her day and to cut him a break because he'd be dealing with her nonsense for the rest of his life. Yikes.
Don't get married.
No.
If that is your attitude, what the fuck?
I was annoyed, but calmed down. The day of, all the bride and my buddy do is scold me, berate me, and bark orders. I head down to the bar for a drink. The bride's mother is there and warns me not to get drunk because I've ruined her daughter's day enough. Final straw. I didn't give them the card with the cash, and in the speech, I used my friend's exact wording about having to deal with her nonsense for the rest of his life. I wish him the best and told him I'd always be here for him, especially during the divorce.
Good. You handled that exactly how you should.
Am I the asshole? No shot. You're not the asshole. Fuck her. That's crazy.
I have a feeling that like the relationship, the reason she doesn't like him, the best man, is probably just like, you always take him away from me. It's like that type of thing. Like she resents him because like you're always with him.
You're not spending enough time with me.
Ugh.
That's crazy. To have another woman who's pregnant. First of all, pregnancy is like, to me, is one of the most beautiful things on the face of the earth. Whenever I see a pregnant woman, I'm like, oh, she's pregnant.
Right. And I step aside. Like I like help, like anything. They are the priority at all times. On a plane, on a train,
all the time.
On a bus, they are prioritized.
To have someone who's pregnant wear a dress to not show off your pregnancy because you don't want attention taken away from you.
That's not even how it would work.
She's only getting married. She forced him into this marriage for sure. She gave him an ultimatum.
Yeah. She said, I need to before I'm 30.
Yes. Fully. And she's only getting married because she's dreamt of her day.
Oh,
that's crazy.
God. You know what? That is what breeds a bridezilla. It's you're doing it for you. You're not doing it to celebrate your love and bring all your loved ones together and have a party. Like,
nope.
You're doing it for you and your vanity.
Yeah.
And like pregnancies, it's not like a freaking bearded lady. Like we've all seen a pregnant person. It's not like that'd be taken away from your wedding.
No.
Whoa. Who's this big belly girl? Like nobody is thinking that.
No. Isn't that crazy? That's so fucked.
I hate her.
The speech. I'll be with you through the divorce. Hey.
I hope he dropped the mic.
I hope he dropped the mic, and I hope other people were like, fuck.
They're
He
probably
said
like,
it. We're all
finally.
right.
Yeah.
We're all thinking it, but he said it.
You said it. Oh my God. Fuck that. Okay. Next one. Am I the asshole for being weirded out by my mother's pregnancy gift for me?
Whoa.
I know, weird. I am 20 weeks pregnant with my first child. Recently, my mom gave me a pregnancy gift, which was an old picture I drew for her when I was around 5. It's a disturbing picture, honestly. I don't remember drawing it, but my mom used to tell me all the time when I got upset with her, I went to my room and I would draw a picture where she was supposed to be deceased.
Oh.
And I wrote,
God.
I wish this was my mommy.
Oh my God.
Under the stick figure that was supposed to represent her.
No.
Very disturbing. And like I said, I have no recollection of ever doing it, but I still feel bad for the absolute menace of my 5-year-old self. Anyway, my mother gifted me the picture after keeping it for 20 plus years and told me it was to prepare me for, quote, what to expect. Honestly, I didn't want the picture. I understand it's my picture, but it does disturb me. So I told my mom that I think she should just keep it because she's had it for all these years, and she just asked, why? I explained that it made me uncomfortable, and she said, well, don't you think I was uncomfortable too? I held on to this all these years so you can have it and see what it was going to be like. Gosh, I can't tell if it's the pregnancy hormones making me extra sensitive, but I feel really uncomfortable about this, and I don't appreciate it. I think right now just wasn't a good time, maybe, or maybe it's never a good time. I don't know, but I have stored the drawing away. I showed my husband before, though, and he was also a little weirded out. Not by the picture, but about my mom giving it to me. Am I the asshole here? Not at all.
Mm-mm.
I think your mom has resentment towards you and has, like,
Mom harbored that for years.
She's like, I want you to, you hurt me and I'm going to hurt you back.
Yeah.
That was tit for tat. That was vengeful.
That was evil.
Evil. I want you to feel what I felt. That's really dark.
Yeah.
That's
scary.
like,
That's almost scary. Like, don't let her around your child.
No. Yeah, like she's gonna like
Do some weird shit
with that
to your
Be like,
kid.
don't tell your mommy. I don't know. Oh gosh. I feel like I could go so much deeper in that topic about like vengeful motherly actions, but like that also is a touchy subject. When it comes to like parenting styles, I always I say this in my head. I say, not my circus, not my monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
You'd never want to say how a person's parenting and whatnot, because at the end of the day, it's their journey, it's their kid. But like, that is fucked up.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
That's like on a not just like a mom parenting level, like on a human level. Don't do it.
Like rubbing it in your face.
That's fucked.
Feel what I feel.
Okay, this is my last one. Am I the asshole for reporting a delivery driver who I thought was lying to get out of doing more work? So today for lunch, I decided to order from a Mexican restaurant through one of those food delivery services. I've had a bad experience or two where my order was missing some items, but the drivers would always be gone before I realized and could catch them to fix the issue. I'd always have to report it through the app's support chat, which is such a pain to use because they obviously outsource their representatives, and it's frustrating trying to communicate with them. I usually give up after a few messages back and forth. When my driver arrived, I told her to stay so that I could check the bag and make sure everything was there. I noticed she kind of raised her eyebrow for a moment, but otherwise she stood quietly and waited. Sure enough, a couple things were missing. I politely said she needed to return to the restaurant and get my missing items. In a very neutral, rehearsed sounding tone, she said that it's against company policy to do that and I should contact support through the app. I explained that I prefer not to deal with support. She said they're the only ones who can help and she's really not supposed to go back to the restaurant. I was a bit annoyed at this point, so I asked what the company policy was on making sure orders were correct. She said the restaurants close the bags for the drivers and they're not meant to open them or the containers inside. Something about food safety violations and not being trained. And then in parentheses, they put a question mark as if they're questioning it.
Yeah, what? That makes sense.
After a moment, she apologized for the trouble and left. To me, this honestly just sounds like a bunch of BS excuses to get out of doing her whole job. If they can't go back to the restaurant, in air quotes, how are customers supposed to get their food/money back? If they can't open bags to check the orders, how do they even know they're delivering the right food? It makes no sense to me. So on the page where I rate my driver and can leave feedback, I made a note of my situation and explained why I thought she was in the wrong. I then left 1 star and revoked my tip. A bit later, I was talking to my sister over the phone, who I thought would enjoy the story because she works for a different but similar delivery company. My sister said, "Did you actually think she was going to go back to the restaurant?" I laughed, thinking she was taking a dig at a competing company's drivers, but she just said, "I'm not joking. You literally reported her for following the rules." At first, I thought my sister had misunderstood a part of the story or something, so I kind of brushed it off. But now, based on her reaction and what both her and the driver said, I'm wondering if they're right. Am I the asshole for reporting her and taking my tip back because I thought she was lying? Fully.
Yep.
Yeah, you're a dick.
You go to this third party customer service because that's not their job. Their job is A to B, bring the stuff.
Yep.
They don't even necessarily need to be double checking the bags. That's for the restaurant.
Right.
And he was like, "How are they supposed to know the order?" There's a receipt on the outside.
Staple a receipt on the outside with the name on it. And the fact that this person who is so bruised about messed up orders in the past, that you're having your delivery person stand there and wait while you go through the bag, that's ridiculous.
That's like, I feel like that's like parenting. Like you have to watch this.
Yes.
Like timeout type shit. When it comes to service shit, just like
they're doing their job.
Exactly. I can't stand people who like tip less because of one thing.
No.
One thing.
And I was going to say,
ranch. Like,
even if she didn't want to go, like solely just didn't want to go back to the restaurant, you're really going to stand there and argue because like maybe she's having a bad day. She's not going to go back to the restaurant for your fucking extra taco. Like it's
yeah.
You're not that privileged.
I was
to
just
where,
gonna say that's a very like entitled thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you just got your food delivered,
right?
And it's not to your standard. Like, why don't you drive your ass to the restaurant and go pick it up?
Yep.
You're using the service, and they like
That's
I don't know.
terrible.
It sucks when things are wrong on your stuff, but I've never picked a fight about it.
No.
Even you the other day,
I
we just ate it.
Fully wrong Chipotle order.
You just didn't complain and we ate it.
No.
Like, it's fucking food, dude.
Yep.
Like, ugh, he was, you know what? He was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my next one. Or sorry, my last one. This is gonna be my last one. Am I the asshole? Is that weird? Asshole. Ew, I just snotted and it like landed on my lip and I like tasted it. That was really gross. Am I the asshole if I don't invite my wife to my birthday party? No. Or, literally, yes. Next. Like, I know it sounds horrible, but bear with me.
Okay.
I, a 32-year-old male, love my wife, a 32-year-old female. However, feels like a riddle. However, she has some insecurities when it comes to my group of friends. She claims it feels like I enjoy myself much more when I'm with them than with her. She also says, I lost it. She also says one of my friends has a crush on me, which makes her uneasy. I promise you, I adore my wife, and we've talked about this and how none of this is true, and she's currently going to therapy, but it's still hard for her. She has never asked me to stop seeing them or anything like that, but I know it upsets her when I go out with them. I also told my friend that supposedly he has a crush on me. Wait, what? I also told my friend that supposedly has a crush on me that my wife wasn't comfortable with our relationship and that we would have to keep some distance. The truth is, I really like my group of friends. I always have such a great time with them, and I would hate if our friendship got lost. So it's going to be my birthday next Thursday, and my wife has asked me several times what my plans are and what would make me happy. She gets excited more than I do about my birthday. I finally told my wife that I would be having dinner with her and my folks on Thursday, dinner exclusively with her on Friday, and throw a party with my friends on Saturday while she can stay at home and sleep. She has to work really early Sunday. I thought this was a fair plan, but she didn't. She got super upset with this because, quote, it makes her sad how in 8 years I have never organized a party, no matter how much I've tried. She insisted this because I hate my birthday. It's true. But now with these friends, I'm excited and organizing a party that won't even include her. Unbelievable. I told her I did include her by letting her come to the one on Thursday and Friday.
The party on Thursday.
Right.
With my parents.
No, for real. And that if she had asked me to come, I would have said yes. Then I told her I'd rather avoid a problem with her and that I was going to cancel the party. She thought about it and said I was probably right and that she shouldn't be so upset. She said she didn't want to ruin my birthday and that I could go on with the party plans. But now I'm not so sure. Should I cancel this party? She won't be coming to this party because she has to work that next day. So this one's tricky.
This one's really tricky because she's... Sorry.
No. I feel like we're about to say the same thing. I want more context of the relationship.
Yes.
Because we're also only seeing how he's writing it.
Mm-hmm. She seems insecure already.
Yes. Oh my God. Sorry, our camera died. We're having camera issues this episode. So the last few seconds, minutes, whoever knows, it might just be a black screen. But what I was saying is I want more context of this relationship because, like, yes, she's displaying these insecurities, but like it kind of seems like he's like keeping her in that insecure box.
Yes.
Like
the fact that you feel like you have to throw different parties.
Right. To keep things like separate and like just keep her dull. Like, why don't you just like really, as uncomfortable as it makes her, like encourage her to come,
to see that like it's
good and like they're good people and like
if he does care for his wife so much, why wouldn't he want to experience like how happy his friends make him with his wife?
That's a big thing for you and I too. Like our people, our person has to love our friends and vice versa.
And if they don't vibe,
it's
something bigger is going on.
100%. Because like I am my friends, and if you don't vibe with my friends,
right?
Let's not like what am I not seeing? What do you
clicking? Like about me that like isn't my friends?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I also thought it was kind of fishy how like he was like, I hate birthdays, but he's having 3 parties.
Right.
Like, I think he's just keeping shit separate. Not because he
doesn't know how to deal.
Yeah. He's just like, this just is how it is. But like, she's in therapy for this.
She's clearly trying to work on things.
Yeah.
You're not trying to fix it.
Let's try and like maybe change the dynamic. Like that's a way to kind of turn a page and be like, this birthday, let's make it different.
Right.
Come, leave early. Yeah, you have work. Doesn't mean she can't come at all.
Right.
Like maybe she'll lose a
not
few
invited.
hours of sleep. You're just not going to come at all because you have work. Like you can come and not drink and like chill and just like, I don't know. That one, I feel like I need way more context. But
I don't think he's an asshole. I think he just needs to figure out do something else. I wouldn't label him asshole.
No. I wouldn't. I feel like that is kind of harsh, but like, it's not cool. I don't know. No. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
No, that was a hard one.
That's a good one to end on. What do you guys think? Do you think he's an asshole for that? Like,
yeah.
Don't you kind of feel like we just need more context too?
What do you guys think about all of these? Were we like way off the mark on some of these?
Yeah. Like, are we assholes for like marking a lot of these people as assholes? Like I feel like we actually had more assholes than I thought we'd have.
Yeah.
Like a lot of our opinions changed once like we put our heads together.
Right.
I don't know. Let us know how you guys feel about this episode. Let us know if you disagree with any of these. If you're on YouTube, please leave comments. Let's like talk in the comments and I want to hear your guys' side.
For Friday's Patreon episode.
Oh my God, yes.
Send in your stories. We'll judge you.
Yeah, send in asshole stories. Let us know if you want it to be anonymous or not, as always.
Yeah.
But like, we'd love to hear your guys' situations.
Am I the asshole?
And we'll be honest. Like, I feel like it was a lot easier to be brutally honest because like these Reddit, like we don't have a face to it. Like,
yeah.
I feel like everybody on our
They're
Patreon.
Not like supporters.
Right. We know everybody in our Patreon. Like we know their faces and their, it's part of their personalities and whatnot.
Should we bring one of like ours?
Yeah.
We'll bring one too.
Okay. I'm gonna leave you there. My head's fucking hurting really bad right now. I feel like I'm probably sensitive to light.
Probably because the headphones are squishing your TMJ.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go. It's Saturday night.
I'm gonna go take in a leave and edit this episode and snuggle my dog.
Oh,
I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Enjoy your week. Is there anything happening this week? Why do I feel like it's a holiday? Oh no, that's St. Patrick's Day. That's the week
next
after.
week.
Regardless, enjoy your week. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. We love you guys. And oh yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Okay, you're already clicked off. Love you. Bye.
Bye.